Hey everybody, this is Sean Vargas and welcome to the second episode of WrestlePop, mixing pro wrestling and pop culture. My aim with WrestlePop is for you to be yourself as I review wrestling events including WWE and AEW. I will also review movies, live concerts, conventions, or sporting events. Now, last night, June 29th, All Elite Wrestling held Fyter Fest at the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach, Florida. It was streamed on Bleacher Report Live. Now, if I were to rate this event out of a scale of 10, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It was a decent event, but it was saved by, I'd say, 3 matches towards the end saved the event. I guess it's just, so let's go into Fyter Fest. Now, Fyter Fest began with the pre-show, which All Elite Wrestling called it the buy-in. So they want you to buy in to watching Fyter Fest. Now, the first match of the pre-show included best friends consisting of Trent Beretta and Kentucky Gentleman Chuck Taylor defeating SCU, consisting of Frank Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, and a team of Private Party consisting of Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy. This is my first time seeing Private Party. I heard that they were trained by the Amazing Red. SCU was also very popular during this good match. This match had good action, good tag team, good triple threat tag team action. Mark Quinn of Private Party was very impressive with his high-flying maneuvers. Now, there was a huge pop when the best friends hugged it out in the ring. So I didn't know a hug could lead to a huge pop, but hey, sometimes you gotta hug it out. Best friends win with a strong zero maneuver on Isaiah Cassidy. Now, after the match, 6 dudes, 5 of them wearing a mask, the other unmasked with a bald head, calling themselves the Dark Order, appeared on screen, and they gave a promo targeting the best friends. Then all of a sudden, the lights went out, so it was dark for a bit. Then the lights went back on, and those 6 men suddenly appeared surrounding the ring. It looked like they were going to attack the best friends, but suddenly the lights went out again. Then the lights went back on, and the Dark Order disappeared. I guess they're trying to take as an off-take of the Undertaker. I'm not sure. Undertaker's the original, I guess. But let's see what happens with the Dark Order and the best friends. Afterwards, the second match was a ladies' match in which Ali, originally from TNA, defeated Leva Bates. Now, this is also my first time seeing Leva Bates. She had this crazy gimmick when she called herself the Librarian, and she was accompanied by Peter Avalon. Now, as Bates walked down the aisle, she gave a promo telling people to stop watching video games and read your books. So read your books, okay? Stop watching video games. During this match, it was a good match. It was a good back and forth. Leva Bates gave Ali the pedigree that only resulted in the 2 count. I guess the ending saw Ali giving Leva Bates the BSE kick for the victory. So it was a decent match. So you had a good match in the buy-in by best friends, and you have a good match with the ladies match with Ali winning. Now the third match saw Michael Nakasawa defeating the CEO of CEO Gaming, Alex Jabali, in a hardcore match. This is my first time seeing the both of them, and it was not a good match. It was stupid. It was like one of the stupidest hardcore matches I've ever seen. Now, you see Alex Jabali giving a waistlock to Nakasawa, and Nakasawa escaped by pouring baby oil over himself, which I guess it made him slippery. and Alex Jabali could not hold the grip. At one time, you see the referee falling on top of the baby oil, falling down on the baby oil. You see, not even Nakazawa falling on the baby oil. It was stupid. The action spilled to the back, leading to a makeshift pool. And then I guess they went right back to the ring, and Nakazawa miraculously pulled a thong outside of his tights and accidentally stuffed it in the referee's face. So after this, I'm going, okay, this is getting really stupid. Nakazawa was victorious with a roll up for the win, and then he threw his thong into the crowd. I hope they did not catch that in the crowd. If AEW wants people to watch Fyter Fest, this match probably could have deterred them from watching the event. So not a good way to get people to buy in. Afterwards, the legendary Jim Ross joined Excalibur and Golden Boy as your commentators for the real show, the real Fyter Fest event. Now, the first event had Chima defeating the fallen angel Christopher Daniels, who represented SCU. Now, Christopher Daniels, the fallen angel, he's a very good wrestler. I heard that he's a 26-year veteran. Now, this was my first time seeing Chima, who is leader, I believe, of the Strong Heart. So I need one thing I need to do. I need to keep up with the various factions that are all over the independent scene, and I guess the various factions that are all over the in All Elite Wrestling. I guess Chima, I believe Chima is from China. Highlights of the match included Daniels giving the Northern Lights suplex to Chima. Daniels with a good combination of the Arabian moonsault into a crossface. Daniels giving Chima the Blue Thunder Bomb. But in the end, Chima wins by giving Daniels a running power bomb, followed by a meteor off the top rope for the victory. So Chima, it was the winner. So this was a good match, good opener for the night. Next, we had the triple threat ladies match, in which you see Rio defeating Yuka Sakazaki and Nyla Rose. So this is my first time watching all three ladies wrestlers. It was a triple threat match. I wanted Nyla Rose to win. She was very powerful. Nyla Rose giving the suplex to both Yuka and Rio. There was a chant of "This is awesome" by the crowd, and this match was also full of action. I guess towards the end. In the end, Rio rolled through Nyla for the 1-2-3 for the victory. After the match, Nyla Rose attacked Rio. Yuka saved Rio, in which they both double drop kicked Nyla Rose. And however, Rio attacked Yuka. So I guess there is a dissension among the friends. So I guess we'll see what happens in terms of storyline. After this match, Kip Sabian joined the announce team as he would take on the winner of the next four-way match during the next event, which is Fight for the Fallen. So the next four-way match was, before I talk about the four-way match, I'd like to say that this event had a lot of multi-man matches. He had a multi-man match during the pre-show. You had a multi-ladies match. You had another multi-man match coming up later on. So this is full of multi-man matches. I would have liked to see a little more singles matches or tag team matches. But I digress. Let me cover this, okay? So Hangman Page defeated Jimmy Havoc, who is the king of the UK Death Match, Jungle Boy, accompanied by Luchasaurus, and Son of the Lake Luke Perry, and MJF, Maxwell Jacob Freeman. Now, MJF, he is the hottest rising star in professional wrestling. I believe he is 22 years old. So look out for Maxwell Jacob Freeman. Now, MJF called himself the salt of the earth. Very sacrilegious, MJF. And plus, he believes that he is better than you, and you know it. So MJF walked to the ring for Scarf. He entered the ring and he gave a promo ripping the Florida crowd. So MJF is hilarious. I'm becoming a fan of MJF. Okay, so highlights of the match included Hangman Page giving the boot to the face on Jungle Boy. Hangman Page applying the sharpshooter to MJF. The finish of the match saw Hangman Page defeating Jimmy Havoc with a Deadeye for the victory. So I guess in Fight for the Fallen that is coming up in 2 weeks, we're gonna see Hangman Page taking on Kip Sabian. Now afterwards, you had Cody accompanied by Brandy Rhodes, Cody who's the son of the late Dusty Rhodes, and his match with Darby Allin resulted in a 20-minute time limit draw. This is my first time seeing Darby Allin, as he showed up with the left side of his face was painted in a skull. And he walked to the ring with a body bag that said 1-1. I guess he's reflecting on trying to talk about that he is going to give Cody his first loss. And I guess Cody won his last match in May against his brother Dustin Rhodes. So Darby Allin was going to give Cody Rhodes his first loss. From what I saw, Darby Allin is an excellent aerial wrestler. There were alternating chants in the crowd between Darby Allin and Cody. So at one point, the crowd chanted "Cody, Cody," and at one point, the crowd chanted for Darby Allin. So it was a good alternating chants. Cody dominated the first part of the match. He was able to neutralize Allen's high-flying style by focusing on the legs. At one point, Cody gave Darby Allin the figure four. Now, there was a cringe moment in which Cody was lying on the apron outside the ropes on the apron, and Darby Allin was standing on top of the ring post, and then Darby Allin launched himself back, and Cody moved, and Allin landed splat with his back on the hard part of the ring. So that was a cringe moment. You heard the sound splat. The match, however, went south as Allin brought the body bag in the ring. Now, what ended up happening is Cody, he stuffed Allin into the body bag. He gave Allin the disaster kick. And after he gave Allin the disaster kick, he opened the body bag and proceeded to pin Darby Allin. My thinking is, why didn't you just keep the guy pinned in the body bag and pin him anyway? No, but he wasted time by opening the body bag, which did not make sense. Allin kicked out, and then Cody hit Allin with his belt. Then all of a sudden, Allin gave Cody an over-the-top stunner. However, Cody catches Allin with the crossroads, but he could not get the 3 count as the time limit expired. Afterwards, Shawn Spears, formerly Ty Dillinger of WWE, showed up and hit Cody over the head. I did not like this segment, as Cody took an unprotected headshot. Now, you see the back of Cody's head bleeding profusely. Now, AEW, I know you are trying to be an alternative to WWE, but please, let's avoid the unprotected chair shots, especially since we are trying to address concussions. Yeah, come on. So I hope that AEW does a better job in this. After this, we had our next match, which is an awesome match. It was Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks taking Bucks of Nick and Matt Jackson, defeating the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr., his brother Ray Phoenix, and they were also Laredo Kid was also part of this team. So it was a 3-on-3 tag team match. This was an awesome match, bell to bell. The Young Bucks showed up. The Young Bucks showed up dressed as Ryu and Ken of Street Fighter. Now, this was a high flying action filled with tope con helos, super kicks, aerial attacks, name it, they had it. You have to watch this match. My explanation doesn't do it justice. The crowd chanted, "This is awesome." Or fight forever. Yeah, I wanted to fight forever. I'm a huge fan of the Lucha Brothers. I'm a huge fan of Pentagon Jr. And I'm a huge fan of Pentagon Jr. And Ray Phoenix. I would like to see them live. So I guess whenever they do an independent show, I gotta be there. There was a face-off between Pentagon Jr. and Kenny Omega because they wrestled in last August during the All In pay-per-view. And this face-off was awesome. You have Pentagon Jr. going cero miedo to in the face of Kenny Omega. In the end, Kenny Omega gave the one-winged angel to Laredo Kid for the victory. Good match. So now AEW makes an announcement. The regular portion of Fyter Fest came to end. Justin Roberts, announcer, entered the ring, and he discussed that the next match, the lights will go out, then the lights will go back, the lights will go off, and the lights will turn back on, and this will signify a non-sanctioned match. An unsanctioned match in which there was no disqualification, no count out, no time limit, anything goes. So this is a match between Bad Boy Joey Janela and Jon Moxley, who was formerly Dean Ambrose in WWE. Now, this unsanctioned match was a very blunderific match. Both Moxley and Janela fought through the Both Moxley and Janela fought through the crowd. This match included barbed wire boards, tables, ladders, thumbtacks, barbed wire chair, and even a prosthetic leg. You have to see this match to believe it. It's interesting that Moxley, who left WWE most recently in May, he wanted to find himself and reclaim his hardcore wrestling roots, and he may have refound himself. And there is a pep in Jon Moxley's step, so I do notice that, and he's becoming the hottest topic in pro wrestling right now. There was an awesome moment during this match in which the Bad Boy Joey Janela jumped off the ladder with a flying elbow onto Moxley, who was lying prone on two tables. It was a very good match. Now, I did want Bad Boy Joey Janela to win. I became a fan of Joey Janela after seeing him doing the All-In pay-per-view last summer in August. But unfortunately, Bad Boy Joey Janela would not win, as Moxley brought out a bucket. He pulled out one bag of thumbtacks and poured it inside the ring, poured it on the ring. Then he took Joey Janela's both boots off, exposing his bare feet. He body slammed Janela onto the thumbtacks. Afterwards, he then slammed Joey Janela feet first onto the thumbtacks. So that was a very cringy moment. And you see, as you saw Joey Janela screaming in pain. And then Moxley went into the bucket, pulled out another set of thumbtacks, and then poured it all over the ring again. And then he gave Joey Janela the paradigm shift DDT for the victory. So this used to be called the Dirty Deeds in WWE. But yes, Jon Moxley is declared the winner in this very plunderific, awesome, unsanctioned match. Afterwards, Kenny Omega came out of nowhere and attacked John Moxley with his V trigger knee, and then he started being John Moxley with table with a guitar and a trash can. And the event ended with Moxley smiling. So I guess this was a playoff from last May's pay-per-view of Double or Nothing, in which John Moxley and Kenny Omega brawled. So I guess they're gonna be fighting in the All Out pay-per-view, which is gonna occur on August. So all in all, Fyter Fest was a decent event. I give it a 7 out of 10. Next, All Elite Wrestling Fight for the Fallen will take place on July 13th, 2019 in Jacksonville, Florida, and it will also be streamed on Bleacher Report Live. Now, there is another wrestling event taking place on the same day at the same time as Fyter Fest, which is Evolve Pro Wrestling. They will be having their 10th anniversary event, and this will be the first non-WWE independent wrestling show to be held on the WWE network. Okay, so history, you know what? We want us wrestling fans. We wanted competition to come back to the wrestling business. Guess what? We got competition. So it's time to enjoy competition. Competition leads to success. Competition leads to the best coming out of. Competition leads to the best. So I can't wait. Also on July 14th, 2019, WWE will present Extreme Rules. So I will attempt to cover 3 wrestling events that weekend. So now that we've done the wrestling portion, I'll also talk about Spider-Man Far From Home is set to be released in theaters on this Tuesday, July 2nd. I will probably watch Spider-Man Far From Home on Wednesday, July 3rd, and review it for WrestlePop. So I can't wait to watch Spider-Man. This will deal with the after effects of Avengers Endgame. So I can't wait. Bring it on. And I will review it for WrestlePop. Until then, this is Sean Vargas for WrestlePop signing off. Don't forget to be yourself. And this has been a Team Vargas Initiatives production.